waste to our country, we shall lay waste to theirs.
You think this will stop the bloodshed?
Вы все равно скоро сдохнете.
Okay, so we should probably explain this right off the bat. Up until now, the Call of Duty series has been a World War II themed first-person shooter. The first three of the games all reenacting different battles from World War II. But World War II is played out, and the guys at Infinity Ward seem to have figured this out too. That's why Call of Duty 4 has a subtitle, Modern Warfare. Now it takes place in a more modern society, so you're running around the Middle East, running around Russia, dealing with all these nuclear catastrophes and really high-stakes stuff. It's a really powerful but really short single-player campaign backed up by some really intense multiplayer action. When I say the single player is short, I mean it. It's a game you'll probably finish in under 5 hours. The single player takes place from multiple perspectives. You mainly play as two different soldiers, one of the British SAS and a US Marine. And the story revolves around a power struggle in the Middle East. This guy has risen to power and he wants to do bad stuff to the West. So it has kind of a ripped from the headlines sort of feel, but it is all fictionalized. It's a really powerful story in a lot of ways because so many of these war games are so super clean. You know, you go in with your squad, you take guys out, you come out, everything's unscathed, the world's a better place, everything's safe. This is a much muddier, grittier, dirtier story that leaves the world, well, maybe a little worse off than it did at the start of the game. So a lot happens in that 4.5 to 5 hours, maybe even more so than most standard first-person shooters. Like some of the other Call of Duty games, the gameplay in Call of Duty 4 is all about aiming. You have a button designated to holding the gun up to your face and looking through the scope or looking down the sights, and that's how you get your most accurate shots off. You can also crouch and go prone, which is handy for staying out of sight. You can shoot from the hip, but it's far less accurate. So really the game's about, you know, you kind of rounding corners, seeing these bad guys, pulling up your gun and popping them really quickly. You also have grenades and flashbangs, which is a really cool effect. You drop it down, flashes the whole screen, and that can be pretty intense too. All these same mechanics carry over into the game's multiplayer, which is really, really deep and really nice. You have 16 maps to choose from and a variety of game modes. So the thing that makes the multiplayer really awesome is this kind of persistent character that you're always building. It's a class-based game, but it starts out with a few of the preset classes locked. And as you play, for every kill you get, every time you capture a control point, every time you get an assist, every time you call in a helicopter for support, every little thing you do earns you experience points. And as you level up, you unlock additional classes and the ability to create your own class, which is really probably the coolest part about it, because you can go in and select, you know, which weapon you want to have, which pistol you want to carry, which accessories you want for them, and then also pick your perks. And these traits kind of affect your character in different ways. The first perk set is kind of devoted to your explosives. The other two are a little more all over the place, and they have some really neat things in there that can really differentiate how you play from the way other people's play. It's pretty interesting to kind of customize your character as you go, but none of them really feel out of balance. Even when you get the later ones, you don't feel like a character that's been playing for hours and hours and hours and has unlocked all these perks is going to be more powerful than the base level characters. They just have more options available to kind of juggle their character around a little bit. Another cool facet of Call of Duty 4 is the ability to call for support, and how this works is you go on kill streaks. If you kill 3 guys in a row without dying, you have the ability to call in a UAV drone, which is like a radar sweep that makes all the enemies appear on your map screen. If you can go 2 more kills and get 5 kill streak going, you can then call in an airstrike, which is pretty cool because you can pop up a full map of the level, 3 jets fly over and basically just level that area. And then if you happen to catch 2 people with that, you'll have a 7 kill streak going, at which point you can call in a helicopter for support, which just makes a helicopter fly in and start mowing down your enemies. It's a really cool system that really changes it up. And when you roll all this stuff together, the character system and support benefits and stuff, it really feels different from most shooters out there. And it's really a deep game that's very, very exciting. The audiovisual presentation in Call of Duty 4 is really top-notch on all 3 platforms. The game just looks really, really nice with a lot of great effects. The game has really high-quality lighting and shadowing and stuff. it really just looks nice, has a lot of really great animation for running, and the enemies as you're kind of taking them out and stuff, they're falling all over the place in really good looking ways. It's just a stellar looking game across the board. It's backed up by a really good set of sound effects. The weapons sound appropriately devastating. You feel like you are doing bad things to other human beings when you let these weapons go.
We've taken the lead.
Jackson, get your ass on the line now! From the north!
Bravo 6, we're clear the line.
So the one major knock against Call of Duty 4 is that its single-player campaign is really quite short. It's maybe about half as long as the average shooter hitting the market today. But a lot of that is mitigated by the fact that the quality of that single-player campaign is really, really over the top. When you add in the multiplayer that just offers a ton to do and see and a lot of things to unlock, you're looking at a very high-quality first-person shooter that is most definitely one of the year's best.